Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5:30.
It's not surprising, but it's terribly alarming and terribly tragic. But it's not surprising. It does happen.
Mixing medications. Local pharmacists say it's a growing problem, having a huge impact on the community. Thank you for joining us tonight. The accidental death of a former NDSU football player is shining a light on this unsuspecting danger. Tyler Jangula died February 1st after having Achilles surgery a few days earlier. The cause of Jangula's death was a lethal combination of prescription pain relievers, including hydrocodone. A local pharmacist tells us accidental drug poisoning is extremely common, and as Valley News Team's Nicole Johnson shows us, it's a growing problem being recognized by the state of North Dakota and the nation.
Communication is a huge problem.
Drug addiction is a problem, but pharmacist David Oleg says there's another, mixing medications that don't go together.
Nobody is in more of a hurry to get out of anywhere than someone being discharged from a hospital.
A recent study found patients often forget or don't listen to doctors' orders on what or how much to take when leaving the hospital.
And if you ask somebody to regurgitate a day later what you were told, tell you what they were told, they wind up not being very accurate at all.
And it's not just prescription drugs. Oleg says it's very important to tell your doctor which over-the-counter drugs you're taking.
I'm just on a few over-the-counter meds is not, that's not a good enough statement anymore. We need to know what they are and how often you take them. And
this bottle of Benadryl says take 2 every 4 to 6 hours. But if you're still not feeling better, why not take more?
There's that popular misconception it's over-the-counter, it's safe, or that it's natural, it's safe. Naturopathic meds are not. I mean, they have potent ingredients in them.
Communication is key. Oleg says as a patient, you must be diligent. Don't leave anything out, even if it seems unimportant. Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
Oleg is pushing to make it easier for pharmacists to know the drugs you're taking. He's talking with lawmakers supporting a new system. One idea would be a card you swipe, giving pharmacists an instant look at everything you're taking. If you're hitting the roads tonight, keep that survival kit handy. It's quiet but bitterly cold out there. Here's Hutch with a look at tonight's forecast. Hutch?
Here in our area, everyone in those single digits as we head into the evening, and the wind just enough to be problematic once again. Dangerous wind chills across the valley, and the wind only blowing 10 to 15 miles per hour from the west-northwest. Here is a look at the wind chill advisory for the central Red River Valley. It will still be quite frigid in Bemidji, the Clearwater County area, as well as Lakes Country. Here's a look at your planner for Fargo tonight. We will be below zero in the 8 o'clock hour with wind chills around 25 below. Into the late night hours, we'll have wind chills that'll be dangerous once again, 25 to 35 below. So the cold continues here in our month of February as we close it out. Will March be better? I'll have details on that March outlook here in just a few minutes.
I hope so. Thank you,
You
Hutch.
bet.
A former North Dakota Teacher of the Year appeared in court today. West Fargo teacher Aaron Knodel previously pleaded not guilty to having a sexual relationship with a student for the time period starting in 2009. Today, Knodel and his lawyer asked for access to additional medical records of the victim. The court is hearing from each side about what evidence should be kept out of the upcoming trial, which is expected to start March 24th. Tonight on Valley News Live at 6, Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop explains specific evidence in question and why the defense is requesting medical records. A Grafton man charged with making bombs is undergoing a psychiatric evaluation at the Jamestown State Hospital. Gregory Sivigny faces 4 counts of possession of a bomb and 1 count of preventing arrest. Sivigny was arrested at his Grafton home in December after neighbors reported suspicious activity. Police confiscated several pipe bombs. The evaluation will determine if he's competent to stand trial. An Otter Tail County man is in jail in connection with a shooting near Lake Marion, southwest of Perham, Minnesota. Jeffrey Schultes is being held on charges of attempted murder and assault. He's accused of firing a .22 at a car, shattering a window. A 24-year-old Perham man has minor injuries from broken glass. Investigators say the shooting stemmed from an argument involving family members at a rural home. Schultes was found in a wooded area not far from the shooting. He was treated for mild hypothermia before being taken to jail. If you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, call our whistleblower hotline, and we'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. Call 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth. A 12-year-old hasn't been seen in over a day, and the Fargo Police Department is asking for your help to find her. Lena Grace de Oliveira from Fargo was last seen at her home in Southwest Fargo on Wednesday. If you have any information about her, you're asked to contact the Fargo Police Department. The investigation continues after a man was found dead last night. The body was found between Dilworth and Glendon, about 20 feet away from the train tracks. Clay County Sheriff Bill Bergquist says they have identified the body, but his name will not be released until family can be notified.
There has been contact with him in our area for some time. We could not find any permanent address for him. So at this, like I say, we're still working on some things that he possibly could be from the Twin Cities, and they're down there. Some of them are helping us trying to find some family members.
The man is believed to be in his late 40s, either 47 or 48. Sheriff Bergquist says the body didn't appear to have any trauma. The retiring dean of UND Aerospace hopes to leave a legacy that creates thousands of high-tech jobs for thousands of North Dakota students. Bruce Smith has announced he'll retire next year as soon as his replacement is found. Today, Valley News Team's Neil Carlson sat down with Smith to look back at his amazing career.
UND Aerospace is the largest collegiate flight training program in the United States.
Since Bruce Smith took over UND Aerospace 15 years ago, its assets have grown from $2 million to $60 million today, with annual revenues near $40 million.
This has been an incredible journey, and I've been honored and privileged to be able to lead an incredible group of people. When I first got here, we set an expectation of excellence, and people embraced that.
And Smith says he'll leave UND Aerospace poised to be a world leader in drone training, development, and research, simply because they're far ahead of everyone else. He says the implications of that are enormous, since he envisions a world full of drones.
Unmanned aircraft system will be the platform of choice for everything airborne except commercial travel and private aircraft. Anything you can think of that flies will be an unmanned aircraft.
Smith says the research and development of drones will lead to thousands of jobs that reach into all parts of our lives.
Announcements in the paper about farmers wanting to have UAVs.
Yeah.
Commercial package delivery, delivering 6 packs of beer to the ice fishermen in Devil's Lake. It's anything you can think of will be covered by an unmanned aircraft.
Smith says he'll be able to walk away from his career confident that UND Aerospace will have a great future. In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Smith, a former football player, says he's looking forward to getting out from behind his desk and becoming more physically active in the outdoors. And tomorrow is a big birthday for UND. To celebrate, today was all about recognizing those who may not get the recognition they deserve, but are the backbone of the university, the employees. A reception is going on tonight to honor those with 25 years of service, as well as retired workers. Department and faculty awards will be presented at the reception. The first Founders Day celebration was held in 1904, with the observance lasting the entire day. Are you looking for a treat for the eyes, ears, and soul? MSUM's Laser Fest starts this evening. The first showing is tonight at 6 o'clock. Genres of music range from rock to vinyl, even pop. 18 new shows have themes with artists that include NSYNC, the Beatles, and the B-52s. Tickets are $8 for adults, $5 for kids, students, and seniors.
It's an immersive environment, so it's different from anything else you've ever seen. But you get to listen to some of your favorite music, and you get to see some really cool stuff up on the dome.
For more information and a schedule of shows, go to valleynewslive.com and look for this story. And remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook. You can follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and then you'll stay informed throughout the entire day. Still ahead tonight, how a pop of color might help you get rid of the winter blues.
Well, here's some colors to help you see the cold air diving all the way into the central and southern plains. Warmer air is heading our way. I'll tell you all about it coming up right after this.